Anne, so nice that you're here again today. And I'm glad you all came. Anne is in Munich, where she's been practicing since 1986, talking about decades. I am in Loveland, Colorado, where the school is now located. And I wondered, Anne, how does it feel? Is it like we're picking up on a tradition with children's seminars and talks since that one in Boulder that was called Healthy Children, and it was a long time ago?
I like to talk about children because I love children and I like to help children to grow in their life. And with homeopathy, you can help children to grow better than without homeopathy. And that's why I focused more on in teaching, in children's teachings, etc. You know, talk about what to do in children cases, how to understand the children.
Right, and you have continued your work with presentations about children since the early 2000s and have taught this all over Europe, right? Now you've done the child's journey, right? The child's journey or the child's,
Now we have a good chance. Before that, I had to travel to America, or I had to travel to all the places. But now we have a different time. I can give my thoughts, my experience, the cases, and give them to a broader a group of students or group of practitioners. You know, last year, you know, in 2019, Jürgen and me, we gave a children's seminar in South Africa. We had to fly to Kapstadt in order to give a seminar over there, but now we can even give seminars everywhere. So we have given plenty of children seminars, seminars on cases with children,
Right, and that's what you're going to do at the end of February?
Yes.
When we do the journey of the child's soul, yes.
Yeah.
So
we present children cases with different methods, with different understandings of the case, with different prescriptions, so that you can see that life is not a single path. Homeopathic life is not a single path. It's not the method, and method is used everywhere and anywhere in any case. So we will show different approaches, different understandings of children cases, of children all together.
So today we won't get into particular cases, but we will explore how homeopathy works for children. And once the blog went up on the Homeopathy School's website, I got quite a few questions coming in. And these are from mothers and students and practicing homeopaths. So we'll be talking about this and hope that we can answer as many questions as possible, right?
Okay.
And I like this first one, because it's kind of like the start of everything, is why would we give homeopathic remedies to children? And my short answer always is because they are sweet and they don't hurt, right? And even acupuncturists that treat families, we had a graduate, Soma, from the school that gives homeopathic remedies because she can't really do acupuncture with the kids. So that's mine, but I know you have a lot more to say about that.
But it's a good answer. Yeah, they are sweet because they will, I believe it's very important to treat children for the future of homeopathy, because children, when they get homeopathic treatment, they will remember the sweetness of the little pills, and then when they grow older, they forget. They forget, they go into normal medicine, and one day in life, they will realize, oh, when I was a child, I got these little tiny pills. How is this? And I believe that this is the tradition of homeopath in a way, that they the more children we treat, the more people we will have in the future. This in order to keep homeopathy alive. Yeah, this is
right.
one of the reasons, but there are different other reasons. You know, let's go to we have to go back to the philosophy of homeopathy. And
well, yeah, it's not like a little thing to ease the pain or to make the snot go away or anything like this, right? We're doing something much more involved with homeopathy.
Sure, sure, because every homeopathic remedy can help a child to grow. But for that, it's important to see what is missing or what needs to be done, or what is the help of a homeopathic remedy. So that's what I mean. We can't say this is why we treat it with remedies. You know, it's like it's the best thing to adjust to any situation, to understand any situation in life. Yeah, and children offer us a flexibility, because you can't say, okay, this is how I treat children. This doesn't work. So you have to adjust to what the child is offering.
Yeah, and really children go through all kinds of stages, right, of physical and mental development. So all these kind of steps that I know you're guiding a lot of children with. Right? It's not just the allergies, it's like other things that really would help them to be fit in life, if I can say that.
Right, because we have to understand on the depth of homeopathy means we have to guide people in their lives, you know, and we have to begin with children. They have their difficulties, and you know, my deepest understanding of homeopathy is not that they were healthy and then they get sick. I changed this completely. You are sick and get healthy. The health is after the sickness, it was in general. There was chaos and then order appeared. It was not the order and then chaos appeared. It was always the chaos and then the order came. And so, homeopathy is a kind of therapy which gives order in human beings' life, even in children's life. We see it's always difficult. Children live under difficult circumstances, in difficult families, in difficult life situations, in school or whatsoever, kindergarten, etc. And if there is a homeopath who helps children to get more into the understanding of their lives, it's even better. I mean, you can't do it always only with children. You need the parents together with the children, you know. It's very important.
Yeah, and you know, the word chaos, you know, is very cool, because when you have situations with kids where they are suffering, where they're in pain, it's often like total chaos, right? Total chaos. So, I mean, I've gotten some questions here about teething. So teething can often be real chaos, because you don't know what to do. It's just like screaming here, and it's just like everybody loses their mind over it, right? So it's like, I mean, can we say that we can give teething remedies to kids?
Oh, yes. We can give. I mean, I am very open. I have trained so many homeopaths, and you know how it is when you train a homeopath and you treat him in between. So they call you and say, I have heard about this remedy, and this remedy could be my remedy. Shall I take it? And I say, okay, take it. And whenever you need more help, then come and we go further. And this is how it is with teething remedies too. You can try to give teething remedies, but if they don't work as you want it, then you go deeper into the understanding why the child needs such a deep pain while teething. Because you have to understand the teething itself. The tooth is the only bone which come out of the whole system. I mean, it must, the child, the vital force, we homeopaths talk only about vital force. The vital force has to have the strength to get the bone out. Means this needs a lot of energy. So if the child doesn't have the energy to get this out, it will have pain. So in order to help the child to grow, to get the teeth out, it's a very important situation. And if parents understand the depths of the treatment, it's always better than saying just give them something in order to relieve the pain. This is how I do it. I try to understand what is behind everything. Yeah, so we have to understand what it means to get the teeth out of your gums. It's a process. It needs energy. It needs vital force. And with the homeopathic remedy, we can help the vital force to grow.
And so, so the moms say, right, they go to the health food store and get the teething tablets. And apparently, there's been a lot of success, right, with the teething.
Why not?
That's brought a lot of people to homeopathy. But it's like there are these combos. So then they may be lucky that one of the remedies in there will work, right? Will fit the child in some way.
Or perhaps them all together. But it's a difference when you go and buy the remedies and give it to the child, or you understand what is the process of the child getting the teeth out.
Right.
It's a process. Right. It's the deepest understanding. I try all my patients, parents, to understand what is behind the process of the child. Yeah.
Right.
Let's give a different. What just comes to me. A woman calls me in the morning and says, "I'm just passing by your street with an 8-year-old child in the children cart." I said, "Why is she can't walk?" She said, "She's on my mobile." She said, "Yeah, we have been at the pediatrician. The child has a very big swollen foot. She can't walk. She can't walk." So, and the pediatrician has said, "I have to go to the hospital with the child." And I hear the child already crying, and you can hear, no, I don't want. So the mother said, "Can I just come up to your clinic?" I said, "Yes, okay, please come." You have no idea. This is what I like with any case, not only with children case. You have no idea. Don't be occupied. Paragraph 6 of the organon says the unprejudiced observer. It means you have to be very open, no prejudice, no idea what to do. So the mother comes with the child on the arm, puts it on my bed. I have a bed there where they can lay down. So foot deep, thick, swollen with, I said, "What happened?" Blue, red, completely red and swollen, not blue, red. What happened? The child had just stepped into a wasp. 3 days ago or 4 days ago. But the mother used to give homeopathic remedies, gave Vespa, gave Ledum, gave Apis, but the food was still like this, and like this. Then big, a small child with a very big foot. So then she went to the pediatrician and he said she has to go to the hospital. This child began to cry. So why is this? Why does the food not heal? Can you tell me what this is? I looked at the food and waited. Because if you have no clue, just wait. because the vital force that the child has to give you the answer. I was standing in front of the food and looking at the child. The child was in complete tense like this. I don't want to go to the hospital. Okay, I said, okay, let's wait and see. And then I slightly touched the food like this. In that moment, the child did like this. So I said to the mother, look at this. Yeah, I did it again. I said to the mother, look at it. It's like, you know, when you are identified with something, you have to open the third eye in order to look at something. Yeah, you separate the identification and look from the outer side of it. So I said, look at it. The mother said, yeah. She's doing like this. I said, again, let me do it again. It's like you try it constantly. Touch the food. The child did like this. I said, look at it again. So that the mother gets awareness of it. I said, what is this for the mother? She said, oh, it reminds me to something. When the child was 1.5 years old, it was born with a reflux of the urinary tract, urination tract, reflux. So, and at the age of 1.5 years, they went to hospital, had to go to hospital in order to get some urine out of the bladder. It means they had to puncture the bladder of a 1.5-year-old child. Could not talk. It was like a sting. Yeah? They pinched her like a sting. And mother saw it. She said, she was like this. This is how she was. So, what to do now? So, I mean, we have now, the child reacts, the mother knows where this very simple was thing came from. So I said to the mother, apis is good. The food looks like apis. This is very good, you know, and this is severe as being like this. But we have to do something addition to this. You go with the child home and put her in front of the television for the next 3-4 hours. And then you wait that the food relaxes, because we have now, the food is here in her head. And we have to stop the food here from head. I mean, hospital would not help at all, because in hospital, they will focus again on the same procedure. So we have to get out of this procedure, yeah? So put her to the television, sit her in front of the television and wait. And, you know, mother did. And she said, I said, and then you go, when you're sitting in front of the television, you go to the food, touch the food, and see how she reacts. Mother phoned me, she said, she doesn't react anymore. So I said, now the food can heal. Yeah, the food is now independent to be cured. Otherwise it was here in brain, it wouldn't help at all. So, I mean, it got better because it was not as difficult, a dangerous situation. A couple of weeks she came with all the other kids. She has some more children, and she came, and the older girl said, you know, here in this clinic you get some sweet pills and television. TV, accepted TV. I mean, this is important in our country, you know, because parents try to avoid television, yeah, here in Germany. Yeah. So in a way, the child had no clue what we have done, but mother understood something very deeply. I mean, this is how I deal, you know, just observe.
Yeah, that was my next question, you know. What do you do with little babies or small children? you know, how do we observe, right? And how do we deal with the situation? But you have addressed it. I'm just seeing Dr. Nick Nosselman is here. He's treated a lot of children. Hello, Nick. I think
Hello.
Nick knows
Hello,
a bit.
Nick.
We can't hear him.
No, I can't hear him. I can't even see him.
Yeah, I can only see his name. I think Nick Nosselman is a doctor, medical doctor that has been practicing homeopathy in Denver for over 50 years.
Yeah,
so, and has treated a lot of kids.
Yeah, we met 30 years ago, Nick. Huh? You remember that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got together. Yeah. So was.
Yes, I remember. I'm sorry, I was muted.
There you are.
Hello. Greetings.
Hi.
Greetings, Anna. Greetings, Barbara.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm sure I remember when I took my granddaughter to you, and you asked her, she was maybe 2, she could just speak, and you said, "Are you afraid?" And she said, she crawled under the desk and said, "Monsters."
Monsters.
Monsters. So I don't know what one does with that, you know, but it's part of the picture, right, of what you can see.
Yeah, this is how it is. Yeah, this is because they can express it. They can express it via drawings. We have to be individual. What Hahnemann says in paragraph 83, you have to individualize every case, and the understanding is the individualization, and the prescription has to be
individualized. Yes.
Track 2, you know. So there is no general rule. What I believe it's important to feel your own approach, to feel what is needed now.
Right.
What do you observe? What is needed?
Well, you know, kids live in a different dimension. They live on their own time. They live in their own world. And if you just get at them and ask them questions, I think they don't really know what to do about that. So, well, like you said, if you have drawings or playthings, or you notice what their interest goes to in the room, then you can kind of wait a little while and then kind of ask something about that's happening right in the moment.
True.
Yeah.
True. But you have to wait for it. Yeah?
Yes.
You have to wait for it to come.
Exactly. We do that with adults too, right? You always have to kind of wait for something to come. But with children and animals take a lot longer.
Yeah, you know, and it's not always longer. Sometimes it's even shorter. Yeah. Yeah, we will show in our seminar what different understandings this is, you know. Sometimes you prescribe like very easy, yeah, and sometimes it's very difficult. Yeah, this means we have to understand what is the depth behind it. This is how I see any case, and especially children cases.
Yeah. So I know many years ago in one of our first school clinics, we saw a little boy who parents said after he got vaccinated, he couldn't talk anymore, he couldn't walk anymore, he couldn't eat anymore. So now he was in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And there were like 12 of us, I believe. Anne may have been there. And so I think we mostly had what the parents told us, and we could see a very few little things. And it was so great to have a group of people, you know, because more eyes saw more.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And we were able to help this kid get a little bit stronger with silica, and then they could go on and do all kinds of therapies and stuff. But I know it's hard sometimes when you are in the room. You have the mother and you have the child, and you observe and you write and you talk, right? It has to be all like one. And then often, I don't know if you've had this before, they bring in the whole family. Like, you know, I've had a grandmother, grandfather, mother, and 2 siblings in a room.
Yeah.
So, you know, bring out the folding chairs. Do you ask people to leave sometimes when these happen, these things?
Yeah, sometimes it's needed. It's like as when we just observe, we wonder, what is the meaning if someone brings the whole family or just comes alone? Must be a difference. It has something to do with the child and with the parents too. It has something to do with the whole story. So, I mean, these are the life stories, and life stories are not easy, yeah? And the child often is at the final end of the whole story of parents, grandparents, etc., etc. And to understand this is often not so easy. And what I believe it's most of the cases, it's not only one remedy what is needed. The child needs more in different stages. It needs a different remedy. It needs a different understanding, because the vital force or the soul itself will express in the physical body what is needed, because the expression of the energy, it will go through the physical body, will go through symptoms, will go through the emotion, through the psychological stories, etc. As we know, you know, then when they grow older, they can't concentrate in school, and then they come with different problems in their life, or they get problems with eating, etc., etc., etc. So all this has to be guided.
Yeah, well, this often has to do, or this has to do with what happens in the family. And I've noticed how you always try to educate the parents. So they're really part of the process, right? And then if there's such a heavy duty family background, what can we do with our little sugar pills, right?
Yeah, they are very important, the sugar pills, but they are not the only story in life.
Right. Right.
I love the sugar pills, yeah, and I won't go without it, but I strongly needed the deeper understanding. Shall I talk about what just comes to me in a different story? Corona time now, you know, a mother calls me on my mobile, behind her noise, shrieking children. You can't imagine. I could hardly understand her. She was speaking very loud into and she said, what happened? What happened? She said, you know, the 4-year-old had pushed the 2-year-old down the staircase, and the 2-year-old ended up on the tiles, you know, with her head on tiles and screaming. You can't imagine so loud. The mother said, shall I go with the little girl to the hospital? I said, how can you? With 2 screaming children in the car into the hospital, and then give the 2-year-old to the doctors and put them somewhere in order to check something? Are you sure that this is going to work? Not at all. Wait. Oh, she said, oh, what is this? And if I wait, I said, please wait. Wait. Put both children on the couch and give each of them, both, even the bad 4-year-old, give them every minute Aconite 30C. He has this kit, you know, every minute, 30C to the one and 30C to the others, and then wait. This you are going to continue for half an hour. And then call me. when she called silence. Silence. I said, what happened? She said, I began with the pills, giving one by one, aconite 30C, you know, one globule, just one globule, sweet, as you said before, sweet. And then they all fell asleep. They both fell asleep. Yeah. But now the mother says, but what is now then if the skull is broken? What will happen if she has whatsoever? Yeah. I said, okay, we will see. We will wait and see. Yeah, when they wake up, because now they were sleeping. This is what we wanted, that they keep quiet. Yeah. What is the if? I said, okay, forget if. We will wait and see. I said, what you do now is, yeah, but mother was completely scared of something could happen. I said to the mother, you now sit down and be aware of your anxiety. Be aware, get aware. Put the, like I say, the third eye on yourself and observe your own panic. And when you have panic enough after 10 minutes, yeah, you can panic as long as you want, as long as the children are sleeping. Then you open the window, and this you do really in reality, and put the fear out, close the window and sit down and concentrate on trust. On trust of the good, of the health of children. You can, if you are religious, you can trust on the guardian angel of the children. Trust. And then you go to the children, to the sleeping children, put your hands on their heart and tell them, I trust you both. Okay? She said, okay, I will try. I said, you have to be first aware of your anxiety and of your panic, and then stop it, and then trust the trust, yeah? Trust the vital force, trust the healthy children, trust the health in children, trust the soul. So she did. 3 hours later or 4 hours later, she called me again. She said, oh, it was very interesting. I did this. Then after 1 hour, both woke up, were hungry. Yeah, this is normal. They both got something to eat. The little girl said constantly, oh, my head. But she said she did not vomit, nothing at all. And then they began to play with each other. They were so calm the whole afternoon. This is what we need. If the brain is hurt, we need quietness. We have to quiet them down, yeah? So they played very quietly, very softly. And then she said, now I'm going to bring them, put them to bed, you know, this is it. So, and nothing happened. I mean, in a way, if you ever, as a homeopath, you have to understand the whole story constantly. You have to be courageous to say, okay, stop, don't panic, please. Don't panic, let's wait and see, especially in children. It's so important in children not to panic. This is how I do it constantly, yeah.
So you're saying this because mom is afraid, anxious, so the kids will naturally be the same, right? They pick up, kids are so sensitive.
Yeah,
right?
They get it immediately. They feel what mother is feeling.
Right.
Express what mother is feeling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got questions about, you know, kids being angry, kids being sad, kids having behavioral problems, which are big topics. But I was thinking about anger, and you know, when I've seen a kid get really angry, especially if they're little, it's usually because they somehow aren't understood. Do you think? I have a little story about that, actually.
Okay.
So I know this little girl, so that mom was saying she always has temper tantrums. I don't know what to do anymore. And I said, well, you know, just watch her, see what she wants, you know, try to get her what she wants and so forth. So she called me and said, you know, what she did is she pointed at the floor and she said, is it? And I said, the floor. And she said, is it? And I said, it's the floor. And she got more and more angry. And she goes, is it? And I said, it's the crack in the floor. And she turned red and said, is it? And then I got it. And I said to her, what is it? And she said, crack. So she wanted to be asked, what is it? She didn't want the answers. She wanted to tell the mom what she knew.
Yeah.
But
it's understandable. It's understandable. Sometimes children are even wiser than the parents. But difficult to understand and to translate this. Yeah. Sure. And even if they try, you know, if they shriek, you know, they want mother's help. And we don't want this to disappear. Let's go back to what I said first. It is the chaos and then order will appear. Yeah. So we always have to face the chaos and the order. And we homeopaths, we have completely switched our brain from understanding that health is only after the chaos, after the symptoms, after the problem. It means the difficulty has to be integrated into the human being. We have to help the child to integrate this into their lives. As Carl Gustav Jung was saying, if a symptom should not disappear, because it has to play the role in human beings' life, and this even is in children the same. So we can't say, okay, this should disappear. This is what I often hear. Parents come and say, it should disappear. No, it should be integrated. Yeah, we should understand what the symptom means. And sometimes if parents understand this, they are more they are more patient. As a patient has to be patient, right? They are more patient in treating children. When they treat children, I have parents who are very patient with the treatment. They just call and say, oh, it has not disappeared, it is not getting better. Okay, I say, let's go to something different. And this is important. You want to live from homeopathy, wouldn't you? Yeah? You want to, to learn. I mean, every year in my daily clinic teaches me more than when I would go to play golf. Yeah. Okay, I could learn with golf too, but I can't play golf. But anyhow, every day teaches me more about humans' life, about understanding of family situations. You get more mild, you get more wise in understanding. This is how life guides you.
Yeah. So,
isn't it true?
Yes, it's true. Everything you say is always true.
No, this is what I experience. You know, I work from Monday to Tuesday, to Sunday, from Monday to Sunday. You know, just 2 minutes ago, I had some people on my God, you know, my God. It has to, life, we have to be able to play with life. Don't take it too seriously. To play, to see, aha, this is it. Okay, we'll find a remedy in this direction. Even in the most difficult circumstances, we have to be able to take it lightly and not heavily. Not say, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Often I say to patients when they tell, oh my God, we have so many things to do. And I say, do you know this movement? When you do like this, in that moment, the big backpack is falling from your shoulder. Do this often, when you get asked to do something, do like this. And wait to see the backpack falling. Look after you, say, here it's falling, it's falling. So it means I have a mother who has 5 children, 2 in school, and 2 in kindergarten, and a baby. And now we have homeschooling here in Germany. They are not allowed to go to school. So, teachers teach them, give them exercises, but actually mother has to do it with the children. And she's saying the other 3, they are not allowed to kindergarten due to Corona situation. They crawl around. The baby is on her breast. She's breastfeeding the baby. The other 2 are crawling around, making a mess. And the 2 are in the first class and in the 3rd class. Can you imagine what a situation? Yeah.
Is it not online? They have to do it all alone?
Yeah, she has to do it all alone. The father is working. Yeah. Is a professor somewhere, has a lot to do. Yeah. So, and she is together with 5 children. Can you imagine this? So, and when she calls me in complete desperation, this boy has peed his trousers. I said, okay, keep cool. This even helps, yeah? It helps to deal with life. We homeopaths have to be wise in the future. Wisdom. Very important.
Huh. Yeah. So, could you share something with us about anger? Like, that seems to be the most common emotion that kids have, right?
Yeah, because they express the anger which is unexpressed in the family situation.
Aha.
Yeah. And we can't say you shouldn't be angry, but it has a meaning behind it. But we can't say, they are, this is what we know, that they express something what is unexpressed in the family situation. But we can't tell the parents this immediately. We have to be very careful in talking about it. Yeah, I have to be very careful saying, okay, what does it do to you? I try to be very careful in this understandings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of anger remedies. We know chamomilla, Nux vomica, tuberculinum,
Lycopodium.
Lycopodium, yes, perhaps. Lycopodium is not that angry, but in a way we have to adjust, because if you only say anger, it could be chamomilla anger, could be Nux vomica anger, it could be any anger remedy. That's why we have to understand what is behind it, and this only can either the child has to draw it, or the mother has to tell us what is the anger in the family, what is expressed through the child. This even opens up something for parents too. You can't treat a child independently. In that moment, you treat a child, you treat the children, the parents together with the child. And the anger will not disappear when you only treat the child. When you treat the child and the parents understand what is behind it, then it will get better. This is my experience. I'm talking from 35 years of daily experience.
So you said, so if a child is really angry, there's probably unexpressed anger in the family, but there are also families where there's a lot of explosions and and
Yeah.
you know, anger incidences. Do you think that will, I mean, what I've seen sometimes, it makes the child more fearful than angry, but it could also result in anger, right?
Yeah,
Learned
it could be.
behavior or something.
Yeah, it could be react in both sides. It depends on the vital force of the child. Yeah, because if the
Yeah.
child reacts to the anger, it could be in the family. It could withdraw, and you know, I have this children who were beaten up, you know, and this will stay forever. You know, the problem with a trauma is what happens in children's life between age 0 or even 0, even intrauterine, and the age of 6. It is only the ethereal body is reacting to everything and will speichern,
Store.
will store all the inner experience, yeah, and this will make a trauma. Like this, what I said, this girl with a trauma in the hospital. So, and this trauma will stay in the underground, and life will go on, they will grow, etc. You know, we will be 4 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 10 years, but the trauma underneath stays at the same age. It will not change. Even at the age of 80, you can have a trauma from the age of 6 months. Yeah? But this trauma has not changed in age. It's still there. So, and we homeopaths, we try to understand this, to get this to the surface and try to prescribe for it. But sometimes you have to be able to bring this to, like in children, you can tell them, okay, talk about, recently had this, talk about the anger in your tummy, you know, talk about it and draw it. And she was drawing it. This is the anger. Okay, so then give it a color. Put it on the table and give it a color. It is yellow and it is red. Here is red and there is blue, and so on. Even if this is difficult to translate homeopathic wise, it is good for the child that it gets the awareness that to bring what is in the child, to bring it out, to bring it to the surface, that it will remember this for the whole life, that one day, sitting in front of the homeopath, it was able to express what is in the tummy, what is in the heart, what is in there, to get it out. Yeah? What I try is, then I try to give a remedy for this. And next time when the mother comes with the child, I ask, how is this? You know, you remember that what you draw is, yeah, here is a picture with your anger. How far is your anger? Tell me about it. And the child will say, oh, it's a little bit better. Okay, good. It's so then you have something to assess, to go with.
Yeah, because now the child knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, because we are talking about what is in the canal underneath. Because usually the problems, the traumatic experiences of the canal, they will jump up in that moment.
You mean the channel? The canal? The channel?
The channel, the canal, we say in German, the canal. The channel underneath, you know, it's like the channel with all the dirty things in it. They will stay forever. But in that moment, there will be a crack. It will gish out. So, but in the future, the child will know that this picture is in me. Here. This drawing is in me. And I know about it. And my homeopath knows about it too. And the homeopaths try to help me to manage with this. Like the child and I, we are connected in a way, yeah? In order to help with this bad thing in me, or this anger side in me, or even the anxiety can even say, what is this? I have pictures of people who, children who draw monsters, etc., etc. Because this is a monster, I have them in my files and say, tell me about your monster. What happened to the monster? Yeah? So this is how I do it. It's an experience, yeah? It's an experience. At least we make people, children and adults, aware of what's going on in your channel. I would say canal. This is German, sure.
Yeah.
Channel, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Under the earth.
Get it out.
Yeah. I like this song. There is a crack in everything, that how the lights comes in. Leonard Cohen sings this. You remember this song? Yeah, you know Leonard Cohen?
Yeah.
He's a German, a European singer. I don't know, he's English, I believe.
Yeah.
There is a crack in everything, that how the light comes in. So it's like we are making light for what is underneath. We are open it up. We are open it up for the light to come out in order to get cured.
Right. Well, we have a couple of questions here. Should I look what people asked? Oh, she wanted to know if the aconite would help the panicking mother as well.
Yeah, yes, I gave it to the panicking mother too. Sure.
Yeah.
Not only the kids, the panicking mother too. Sure, true. Sorry.
And the other question, what do you do when a well-matching remedy doesn't help for a child? Well,
search for a better.
Yeah, keep searching.
Keep searching. Don't give up. Never give up. Never give up. Don't say you are wrong, and the remedy is right. No, neither the patient is wrong nor the remedy is right. Yeah, the patient and the remedy, they have to match. If they don't match, nothing will happen. Full stop. So then search for a better remedy. So the answers are very easy. Next question, please.
So then there was this one about recommending a book. Maybe I wouldn't know which one to recommend, a book on children, and everything you know about Anna is German, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
There are so plenty books of
plenty.
Children. I mean, you can buy them all.
You can buy them all. Yes.
But
and
better is to learn your own experience.
Yeah. Well, and then for Mark, there's this thing about anger, and he said he's found that too, when the trauma, with anger or trauma, many times the child tends to bottle it up. Two reasons. One, they don't know how to deal with the emotions, or they are trying to protect their parents.
Sure, could be. But, you know, very important is not to judge, not to have an opinion. I mean, this is general. You know, if you nowadays have an opinion to anything, you are lost, right? Because then you're stuck somewhere in an opinion. So Hahnemann says the unprejudiced observer. In German it's even different. The observer who gets rid of the prejudice. This paragraph 6 of the organon doesn't say the unprejudiced observer. Hahnemann says the observer who got rid of the prejudice. It means, first of all, you have a prejudice. This is what we began with, you know, with Vitulkas 30 years ago. He said when people have stains on their cloths, it is sulfur, yeah? Okay, but then we learned this is a prejudice when we see something with stains on the cloth. You say this because sulfur didn't work, so it was a prejudice. So you can observe it and then try to get rid of the prejudice. So
Yes.
you have to learn. No opinion, no prejudice, nothing, just observation.
Yes. And don't carry it in your backpack for too long.
No, just do like this. Get rid of the backpack. So, yeah, try it. You know, you have to try it physically. You know, you see a patient. I have patients with very terrible stories. Yeah, really terrible stories. If I would put them all on my shoulders, you can forget me. But I try to do like this, okay? But in that moment, you can help on a deeper story because you're with them, but you're not carrying their load. Yeah, try it. You know, the next patient you see or the next difficult situation you face, everybody has a difficult situation in life. Try it, do like this. And you will see it will disappear. Because your awareness, your third eye is looking on the backpack when it disappears, right?
Yes.
That's why I can do those kind of things. This morning I had from 9 to 1, because it's night here in Germany. From 9 to 1, I gave supervision on my colleagues' cases, my students' cases, because I have a kind of supervision group, online, and they tell their cases, and I give my assessment to this. But I'm not finding always the right remedy. It's better. Sometimes it's better the understanding. And it doesn't even. It's not even a burden to me. Yeah. Just you let it go through. This is what we have to learn. We all have to learn this in order not to go into the burnout.
Right. Well, we got a few more here. What does it mean when a remedy brings out some old symptoms from babyhood and seems to be helping with physical symptoms, but not change in mental, emotional symptoms?
Yeah, go further. Either you higher the potency, because if the physical symptoms, since the physical symptoms are only the expression of the vital force, you know, if the physical symptoms disappear, means the vital force is touched in a way. So in that way, I would go higher in potency, saying you go higher to 1M, XM, and see whether it still works on the depth of the vital force. If not, change the remedy.
If a kid is undergoing homeopathic treatment and has an accident, do you give them aconite and the remedy needed for the injury or not?
Yes, sure. Because this is, Hahnemann calls it Zufall, you know, it's something
It's
happens.
coincidence.
Huh?
Zufall is coincidence.
Coincidence, yeah?
Yeah,
But
something that happens, yeah.
Yeah. Next time we will talk about Hahnemann and the pandemics, right, Barbara?
Yeah, what Hahnemann has to say about pandemics, right?
Yeah, on homeopathy and Hahnemann's understanding. Hahnemann was very wise. Yeah, I am strong follower of Hahnemann's spirit, but not on all the suggestions. Right? This is a difference. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you can give in acute situations, you treat the acute, whatever comes up. It's like you can't say, oh, I can't treat you since you are under constitutional treatment. I can't give you aconite. No, not at all, because perhaps something new is coming out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I think we've come to the end of our time, and we have planned more of these forum meetings from the school. And
You want to
wanna-
continue with this?
if you
Not
like,
yes
the
or no?
family seems to be growing, Anne.
Huh? Our family
The
seems to be
family is getting bigger and bigger. Yes.
yes or no.
It makes me feel really good that I see everybody come back together, people that have been in touch with for a long time.
I can only share what I experience daily. I mean, this is how I treat, yeah, day by day,
Yes.
without, you know, and don't forget this, yeah? Okay. Get rid of it. Wait for it to come, because life is big, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the word big, so the children's seminar is much more involved than what we're doing right now. You know, there will be specific
Yeah.
cases, videos, yeah.
Cases,
And
remedies.
unusual remedies too, I saw some.
Yeah, and what is important is, I followed for the last 30 years Rajan Sankaran's ideas, and I'm a very good friend to Sankaran, and because I learned a lot from him at the beginning, 30 years ago, but we all grew. Yeah, we all learned more, and he is changing constantly, and this is what I like. I mean, life is experience, is learning something new every day. If I have a method and will be used constantly, it's not lively enough. It will die soon. But if this is in a development, and this is what we will show, how Sankarans grew with the understanding of families and groups, etc., and classes and subclasses, that we can adjust, we can understand even through solved cases. All of a sudden we can understand that the sensation was matching in a way. This is what we will show, Jürgen and me.
Okay.
Is a younger colleague, and I'm very glad to introduce someone who is following. We old homeopaths have to look for the younger generation to follow us, to get better than we are, to grow with, like I used to say, there's a stand of our shoulders, yeah? The new generation stands on our shoulders, and that's why you grow, because the new generation will grow faster in a way. So this is what
and Jürgen works with a lot of earlier cases, like earlier childhood, right?
Yeah. He works
in infants and midwives, yes.
He works with midwives. He has a deep understanding. He's very sensitive homeopath. I'm looking forward to see you all there to share our cases. Yeah.
Oh, bye. Well, on that note, should we all say goodbye? This was fun. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
If you have any questions, write me by email, because I can't send this chat to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care. Stay healthy. Yeah.
Yes.
Stay aware. Yeah. Stay aware of everything. Just look from the third eye on the whole world, please. Don't look with ears and normal eyes. Look with the third eye, please. Bye-bye.
Bye.